What up, boys? Welcome to a new trade recap. And I'm gonna be very honest. I didn't even want to make this one since it's not looking too great. It's not looking too great. It's not looking too great. But I just ate some breakfast. I traded, then ate my breakfast, and then I remembered, I reminded myself of why I'm uploading these trade recaps in the first place. And that's not to show off my, oh, shit's so laggy, bro. That's not to show off my results because there's nothing to show off in the first place, but I'm making this also for myself to see in the future, like, hey man, this is where I was at and now we're here. So I'll jump right into it. We took another loss today and it's a big one, bro. Or as in, this is a really bad week. Minus 1.6. We're down on the month. And what can I say, man? I mean, obviously, I'm not perfect. I'm still trying to learn a whole lot. I'm focusing more so on the process rather than my results. So it is what it is. I mean, shit, man. I'm not really too worried about me not being profitable right now since I know this losing streak has learned me a couple of things because it's quite an unnecessary losing streak, simply because this trade was, in my opinion, statistical. But this trade I took, it wasn't really a statistical loss. I should have done some things differently, and this could have been a great winning day. And it's not necessarily about me wanting to have a winning day, but this bothers me because I didn't follow my rules or I wasn't learning what the market was trying to teach me. So I believe that obviously, if you have a profitable model, then you should be able to follow it, and then hypothetically, you should become profitable, right? That's sounds pretty simple, and that's like how it should be in theory. Obviously, in reality, it's a little bit different. Where these first 2 weeks are or have been pretty decent for me. This week has been all right. Just the fills have been a bit horrible, so as you can see, I'm working on it. Um, and this week also could have been a little bit better, but over the past month and a half, from my experience in the market was trying to teach me something. I need to be more patient, wait for higher probable setups, and remove. Yeah, just don't like jump into a trade really quickly and then end up losing when being patient and waiting for the higher probable setup is the better thing to do. And that's exactly what the market was trying to teach me. And I didn't identify this problem in myself for the past couple of weeks, actually. It took me a while to see what was wrong. And after Tuesday, I did a little evaluation about myself, like reevaluating what's going wrong, how can I do my things better, where am I lacking personally, and I came to the conclusion that I need to be more patient. Now today, I'm not even too worried about it. Today is a statistical loss, again, in my opinion, and it all adds up. I mean, it makes sense for me with my model. It makes sense for me to have a losing day here and then two losing days here, where this could have been a nice win streak. It is what it is. Look, there's still things I need to improve on, and that's, in my eyes, the only thing that matters right now. So that's why I'm not too worried about taking a loss today. I'm just happy that I identified my problem Tuesday and Wednesday. Yesterday was FOMC, so I didn't trade. I took a day off, and as I mentioned, reevaluated. Tomorrow is bank holiday, so I think might be for the better that this week is over. We're ending this week really red. It's probably one of the worst weeks I've had. You can see a little losing streak here with a win in between. Actually, I'm capping. I still need to work on this, bro. Little losing streak. It is what it is. And we push on to the next one, man. That's how it goes. So I'll take you all into my trade of today. And excuse me, remember that Today was, in my opinion, a statistical loss. I would take this trade 10 times over. The trade I took Tuesday, which was a loss, I wouldn't take that ever again, since that was me being impatient and taking an improbable setup. So today, coming into market open, if we look at the hourly, chopping a little bit, we filled basically all these imbalances along with this new week opening gap, which is cool. So if we're going higher, that's nice. There's this big range where we can rebalance something. As you can see, there's like a big hourly gap all the way up here. And there is a small fair value gap down here that we reacted off of earlier, and this is quite a significant reaction, so that's why I marked out this hourly gap. There's also a whole bunch of hourly gaps down here, but I'm not going to mark them out since nothing happened as of yet with those PD rays. So then jumping into the 15-minute, we can see a 15-minute fair value gap here where we also reacted off of earlier. So that's why I also marked this out, and we can see a 15-minute gap we created pre-market. Now, 9:30 candle opens and we inverse this 15-minute. So in my setup or my model, it states that I cannot take any shorts off this 15-minute fair value gap since we just inversed it. If we would have respected it, who knows, I could have taken a short down to this 15-minute fair value gap. I saw some people take it, that would have been nice. But it is what it is, not my model, so I'm not even worried about it. No sweat. So going into market open, you can see played out beautifully, shorts toward this 15-minute gap. And I was potentially wanting to see some sort of rebalance higher and then get lower out of this 15-minute gap. But what ended up happening is somewhere here, we inverse the gap. We inverse this 15-minute gap. So that again makes it invalid for me. So this is kind of going up, 15-minute fair value gap, disrespect, or inversing it, going down, inversing this 15-minute. So as of now, I'm just waiting and seeing what price wants to show me. Now, if we go on to the 5-minute, we can see that in this big leg down, we created a 5-minute. And as I said, I was wanting to see some type of reaction down here going higher. Now, we didn't tap this already for value gap, so there was no valid setup for me moving into this 5-minute gap. So I was just waiting patiently here to see what market wanted to do. Now, as you can see, we tapped into this 5-minute gap and we got a leg down. Now, over here, I was kind of looking for some sort of shorts, which I ended up shorting. And that was simply because we reacted off this 15-minute, right? We inversed it, but we got a strong reaction off of it. 15-minute for value gap here, we went up and then tapped this 5-minute gap. Now, the reason why I was looking for more so for shorts instead of for longs is because there's some trendline liquidity over here. There is a lot of lows here, like stack lows, low, 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 all of these lows. And that was why I was looking for a short 5-minute gap. We got a 3-minute inversion, I believe, right over here. I don't know if it's this candle, it probably is. So I took shorts right about here, stops there, and I targeted a 1-to-1 or right around this liquidity pool. So in my book, this is a great trade. We could have gone down and then moved higher. But this is my model, and if it's my model, I'll take it regardless of the situation of the market. I would have gotten break even if we swept this low over here of the manipulation leg. So that's all cool, and then next thing you know, so I entered somewhere around here, and next thing you know, got stopped out and price moved higher. So shit, man, it happens. We didn't hit my break even. So this is my trade of today. I was looking for shorts, got stopped out immediately. This is a statistical loss in my opinion, again, because we reacted off 15-minute gap, went lower. We didn't even sweep out these liquidity pools over here, so my thing was still intact, right? Liquidity over here, liquidity over here, liquidity all the way over there. So in my opinion, also if we look at the higher time frame, you can see we swept out all of this trendline liquidity or whatever the fuck you want to call it. With these candles up, we reacted off of this 15-minute even though we inversed it, and then you can see over here there's just a bunch of liquidity we can then run through and potentially get a run higher after that. So I was kind of betting on that, and it's my model, so that's why I took it. Again, I just need to focus on following my rules. I know my model is profitable, so this loss is purely statistical since I did everything I needed to do. And that's kind of everything I have to say about today. This was the 3-minute gap we inversed. It was a small one, but a gap is a gap over here. Boom, boom, boom. got fucked. It is what it is. Executions here. So that was my trade of today. I don't really give a shit what Price is gonna do after this. Shit happens, man. So another loss. I'm happy with this week. If I'm ever gonna look back at this video, this is probably gonna be a low in my trading since I've gone on losing streak. Didn't follow my rules yesterday, but on the bright side, and that's how I need to look at this, is I have learned something in the process of losing. So every single loss, or not every single loss, but some losses I can learn from. Some losses are statistical. That's how I look at my trades and how I go about my psychology of climbing back up. So even though I'm not fucking massively successful right now, I know I will be with this mindset. And that's why I keep it going. So today, statistical loss. I learned something this week, which is very important. Now, tomorrow, bank holiday, I'm gonna take no trades. I'm gonna rest. I'm gonna chill this weekend, and Monday we'll be back at it. So until then, I'll see you all later. See you all in the next video.